car number 70 from Germantown, Ohio. Your third fast qualifier, Joe Hill. Hill in car number 70. Alongside in the 11, 3 times a limited sportsman feature winner this year from Darby-Dale, Ohio, it's Robbie Dean. Inside of row number 2, a close second place finish last week in the feature race from New Carlisle, Ohio, Sam Heckman. And your fast qualifier from Columbus. Second place in the point standings entering to tonight's racing action. His time tonight, 16.238, is Randy Sward. Randy Sward in 73, your fast qualifier. 1 lap to go. We'll be underway with the 4-car, 4-lap trophy dash for the limited sportsman drivers. Joe Hill, Robbie Dean, Sam Heckman, and Randy Sward. Hill takes off that early lead. Dean trying to hold on the outside groove. The halfway signal this time around. Heckman now second in car 17. Hill way out front now. He's won the last 3 trophy dashes in the limited sportsman division, on his way to make it 4 in a row. White flag for Joe Hill, Sam Heckman second, Randy Sward third. Your winner in 70 from Germantown, Joe Hill. Again, Hill has won the last 3 trophy dashes here at the Speedway. He makes it 4 in a row tonight. 9th in the point standings, entering the racing action tonight with 1 feature win. He won back here on opening night here at the Speedway, April 11th. Weber's Automotive, one of the sponsors, along with A1 Auto Body, Charlie's A1 Auto Body, and Stevie's Place. Ron Holbein Jr. starts first in car number 3. Alongside in number 1, it's Gary Ferguson. The second row in number 37, the driver is George Glick, and starting beside Glick in 26. Apparently he is not out here for this event, so starting beside him will be starting outside of the second row. Car 75, that's Buddy Townsend. The third row in 53, Russ Bob. 02 is Charlie Osborne, and starting on the tail, 91, Scott Drake. Cars inverted in this heat race. These are the slower of the limited sportsman competitors. In inverted fashion, they'll race for 8 laps. The first limited sportsman heat race, Ron Holbein Jr., Gary Ferguson, George Glick, Buddy Townsend, Russ Bob, Charlie Osborne, and Scott Drake. George Glick to the inside of Holbein down the backstretch. He makes it stick. Glick will lead lap number 1. Holbein back to second. But now Russ Bob moves underneath, and Holbein with a spin down in turn number 1. Ron Holbein Jr. 1 lap complete out of this 8-lap heat race. George Glick Russ Bob, Scott Drake trying to looks for a way around Russ Bob. Drake from Dina, Russ Bob from Beaver Creek. Now George Glick's car, he's off the pace. That car started breaking up coming down the front stretch. Glick off the pace in 37. Russ Bob, the new leader in car 53. Scott Drake hangs on to second in number 91. 3 laps complete this time. On the restart. Russ Bob up to third in car 53. Townsend out front. Osborne is second. They'll get the halfway signal this time by. Townsend won a heat race last week. He looks like he might be on his way to a second in a row at the Speedway. Osborne still second. Russ Bob third. Scott Drake fourth in car number 91. A white flag this time for Buddy Townsend. Now Drake trying to work around the outside of Russ Bob. Bob holds on to the third for the time being, but now Drake moves ahead a half car length down the backstretch. Your winner will be Buddy Townsend in 75. Second is Scott Drake. Make that second Charlie Osborne. Third Scott Drake, and fourth Russ Bob. Townsend with his second heat race victory in a row. Buddy Townsend the winner. With Dick Kelly in 00. Row number 2, Jim Kidd in 25 and Bob Justice in car 29. The third row in 20, it's Mike Brown, and alongside in number 9, Jim Cruz. Then comes 41, Doug Wright, and car number 12, Zero Hill. Eight laps for the Limited Sportsman second heat race. Eight laps to go. Jim Kidd and Mike Brown with a coming together in the second turn. We're going to try this race again. A third time's a charm. Greg Parker and Dick Kelly lead them around. 8 laps still to go. Parker Parker with a good start this time. Dick Kelly battles back on the outside in 00. Now Parker out front. Jim Kidd is third. Jim Cruz runs fourth. They'll complete 2 circuits this time around. In tight formation behind Parker. They'll get the halfway signal this time around. Now Jim Kidd will try the high groove around Dick Kelly. Struggles on the outside, trying to get alongside of Dick Kelly. Now Jim Kidd door to door with Dick Kelly for second spot. White flag this time around. Kidd on the move in 25. Craig Parker holds that inside line. Kidd hard into turn number 3. It'll be close. Close. Your winner, Craig Parker in 72. Jim Kidd almost got him. He was coming on, but Parker held him off. A close finish. It's on the pole in 31. Alongside in 0, it's Mike Ward. That's Mike Ward in 0 this evening. Second row consists of Robin Pendleton in 10 and Mike Rush in 98. Then comes Jerry Buck in 27. Car number 2 is Donnie Gregory, and on the tail, Ken Sward. 7 cars, 8 racing laps. Dennis Kelly in 31. Mike Ward in 0. Kelly still hangs on to that first spot, but Mike Ward challenges in 0. He's getting a lot of wheel hop out of that car 0 down the front stretch, that right rear. That time looked pretty good. And Ward now takes over the lead in 0. 2 laps in the record books. The halfway signal this time. flag this time for Mike Ward. Dennis Kelly still second. Robin Pennington third. A good tussle for that fourth spot between Mike Rush and Donnie Gregory. The winner, his first sportsman heat race victory ever, Mike Ward. I believe it's ever here at the Speedway, his first heat race win. Ward in 0 from Mechanicsburg, subbing for, actually not subbing, racing the run the car tonight. Car owned by Heavy Hill. This for late model qualifiers. The lineup on the pole, fourth fast time, Columbus, Ohio's Bill Cantley. Cantley in car 26. Outside of Bill in car number 61, the driver who just won that heat race, not a trophy dash, it was a heat race. It's Mike Ward from Mechanicsburg, Ohio, your third fast qualifier. Second quick time for this driver. He finished second in the feature a week ago. He's got 2 feature wins to his credit in 1992 at the Speedway. Car number 9, Mike Ward. And your fast qualifier for the second week in a row. I was back in the pit area earlier and I checked out the rear spoiler on this car. Lonnie Rush got it tied up with the coat hangers, and he's had fast time 2 weeks in a row, so he says he's not going to change it. Fast qualifier on the tail with a time of 14.549, Lonnie Rush. And we're going to do a false start. Mike Ward out front. Bill Cantley is second, but now Lonnie Rush tries to make his way around Cantley. Ward checking out in car 61. He took off like a bullet last week in the feature. Halfway this time. Rush is now second. Again, Ward led the early stages of last week's feature event. He's out front in this dash. 2 races in a row. He won the heat race. Just completed in the limited sportsman division. Now the trophy dash win to Mike Ward. Second is Lonnie Rush. Third goes to Bill Cantley, and fourth, Danny Eves. Car 39, Randy Maynard Jr., and outside Kevin Miller in 50. The second row in 14, it's Gary Townsend, and alongside in 12, Denny Dean. John Hellman starts 5th in car 63, and Gary Brenner starts outside in car 28. And on the tail, birthday boy tonight, 47-year-old, driving car number 47, Larry Harris. We've got a car in the parking lot with license number HFN 702. Your lights are on. If you know your license plate number HFN 702, your lights are on. 10 laps. Gary Townsend in 14. Spins off the racetrack. To go. The leader is Gary Townsend in 14. Randy Maynard Jr. trying to hold on to second, but now John Hellman moves underneath. Gary Townsend, a smooth, running a great line in 14. John Hellman second, but now Larry Harris challenges him in 47. Second. He'll set his sights on the race leader, rookie driver Gary Townsend. Halfway this time around. Outside groove around Gary Townsend. Inside of Townsend in the first turn. The white flag this time around. Harris begins to distance himself from Townsend. John Hellman third, Gary Brenner fourth. And the winner will be Larry Harris. And alongside Mike Simpson in 16. The second row, it's the other Larry Harris in car number 70. This one from New Carlisle, Ohio. And 86 Skip Thornton flanks him in 86. I already said 86. Maybe I should say 86 again. The next row in 77, it's Danny Brown. And on the tail in 04, Gene Harsh. 10 laps await these daring young men in their late model machines. Bobby Pye leads him around. Mike Simpson is second in car 16. Skip Thornton moves around for second. Bob Pye still your leader. With a spin in 86. Yellow flag. Three laps complete. Bobby Pye the leader. Looking for a way around Bobby Pye. Pye will get to halfway. Cross flag this time. Danny Brown now moves underneath Mike Simpson. Brown up to third spot. This time for Bobby Pye. Pye with one heat race win to his credit so far this year. And he'll make it number 2 tonight. Gene Harsh is second, Danny Brown third. Skip Thornton finishes fourth. Starting first, your fifth place man in the point standings from Darby-Dale, Robbie Dean, and alongside out of Reynoldsburg, Ohio, Bobby Edwards. The second row in car number 1, it's Terry Humphrey, and alongside in 5, Dick Dunleavy Jr. The third row consists of Mike Rush in car 98 and Donnie Ritter in 92, and finally on the tail in car 21, John Vallow. Just informed that the inversion field drawn earlier was a number 8 for the first 30 lap feature, so that means the 8th fastest qualifier will start on the pole, and fast qualifier Lonnie Rush will start 8th. Leader in 7. Robbie Dean in 2 is second. Edwards checks out in car number 7. Again, Robbie Dean still second in car 2. Then comes Terry Humphrey and John Ballow now up to 4th. Humphrey moves underneath Dean for second spot. Complete this time around. John Ballow up to 3rd spot. Ballow is 3rd in 21. Robbie Dean off the pace. Renner is now 4th. Renner challenges Ballow on the outside for that 3rd spot. White flag for Bobby Edwards. Renner moves around Ballow for 3rd. Your winner in car number 7, Bobby Edwards. 2nd goes to Terry Humphrey. 3rd is Donnie Renner. And 4th, John Ballow. Street Stock Trophy Dash up next. On the pole in 66, 4th fast qualifier, Paul Baker Jr. Alongside your point leader, car number 44, it's Joe DeFelice. 2nd quick time for the next driver, car number 13, Dale Brown. Dale Brown in 13, and your fast qualifier in car number 12. Qualifying time for this driver in car 12, got it here somewhere, 17.289, Donald Parsons III. 4 laps, your fastest 4 street stockers. for Paul Baker Jr. Baker with his third Trophy Dash victory of the 1992 racing season. Paul Baker Jr. DeFelice comes home second. Dale Brown is third in 13. Car number 12 finishes fourth. Donald Parsons. Street stock heat race. Roy Harding starts on the pole in 74. Ken Waller beside him in 16. Row number 2, it's Herb Pennington in 89 and Bo Davis in 18. Brian New is next. He'll start in 41. And number 6 alongside, that's Bill Wellman. Then comes Bubba Parsons in 25. And 11, Rick Rodewalt. Backstretch, 3 abreast, almost 4 abreast over there. The leader is Herb Pennington. Pennington out front in car 89. Cross flags, they'll be halfway this time around. Tight battle for that third spot. Now Bubba Parsons moves up to challenge Brian New for second. Bubba on the move in 25. Parsons leader in 25. Herb Pennington holds on to second in 89. White flag for Bubba Parsons. Herb Pennington is second. Bubba, 4 heat race wins so far in 1992. Looking for number 5. Bubba Parsons the winner. It'll be close for second spot. Oh my goodness. Too close to call. Herb Pennington second in 89. Third in 18 was Bo Davis.
What was that crash?
No, it's not. It's Jerry Rayner. Alongside in 27, Dave Dysinger. The second row, the double 8, Bruce Holmes, and flanking him in 28, Fred Hartzell. Every time they do that, I think they're clapping for me over here. Steve Tuttle in 17 starts inside of row number 3, and alongside in 30, it's Bill Hundley. On the tail in 00, Ron Mangus. The street stock. Second heat race. 8 laps to go. Dysinger trying to squeeze underneath. They'll complete 2 laps this time. Bruce Holmes. Sideways in 88. Also Fred Hartzell in 28. Red flag, we weren't sure if those cars were going to get moving again. Leader is Jerry Rayner. 2 laps are complete. 6 remain. Now out front in car 27. Mangus tries to move around Rayner for second spot. This time for Dave Dysinger. Ron Mangus right on his back bumper. Now Mangus will go to the outside of Dysinger in turns 1 and 2. Dysinger pulls away down the backstretch. Now Mangus to the inside of Dysinger. It'll be close. Dave Dysinger the winner by about 2 feet. The third or fourth close finish this evening. Ron Mangus is second. Third goes to Bill Hundley. By the way, I have a couple messages. Jackie Ward to the General Mission Gate, Gate B. Jackie Ward to Gate B. Also, I neglected earlier to mention Joe DeFelice's birthday tomorrow, so happy birthday to Joe DeFelice. I think his birthday is tomorrow. Here we go, the lineup for this, the third heat race. Mike Schweier starts on the pole in number 43, and outside of him in 87, it's Stormin Borman, Randall Borman in 87. Heavy Hill starts third in car number 70, inside Butch McAllister, car number 3. The winner 2 weeks ago starts fifth in car 24, Mike Hamilton, the John Knuckles Memorial winner in the street stock division. And outside in 77, Don Townsend Jr. And on the tail in car 35, Tom Idle. 8 laps for the third street stock heat race. Schweier holds on to that inside lane. Borman tries to move on the outside. A virtual dead heat at the end of lap number 1. Heavy Hill in third in car number 70. And Heavy Hill, hello, how do you do? Down into that third turn. Moves underneath Mike Schweier. Hill and Schweier go at it down the backstretch. Borman, squirrely in the fourth turn, loses third spot. Mike Hamilton now in 24, challenges the leaders for the lead. Now Heavy Hill takes over first. Halfway this time. So a big puff of smoke down in turn 1. Tells us there is some oil down there in turn 1 and 2. So we'll be down for just a minute. Now Schweier pulls off the racetrack. That probably would have been let her out, get that mess cleaned up, and be back racing momentarily. Heavy Hill. Mike Hamilton runs second. Randall Borman with a spin down the front stretch. Half a lap to go. Your winner in 70. Heavy Hill, Mike Hamilton is second, Don Townsend Jr. third, and Tom Idle comes across fourth. 4 cars transfer into tonight's feature event. The lineup in 47, it's Larry Harris. Outside in 28, Gary Brenner. John Hellman starts third in car 63. And then comes car number 12, Denny Dean. Gary Townsend drives car 14. He'll start fifth. And on the tail in car number 50, Kevin Miller. For the late model B main. First 30-lap feature. The leader is Larry Harris. Second, a good tussle between John Hellman and Gary Brenner. Fourth is Denny Dean. John Hellman second, Gary Brenner and Denny Dean, your 4 transfer cars at this point. Townsend tries to close in on fourth place, Denny Dean. White flag for Larry Harris. Second is John Hellman, third Gary Brenner, and fourth Denny Dean. So the B main winner, he'll move on to the 30-lapper, along with John Hellman, Gary Brenner, and Denny Dean. It's Larry Harris. Our Winston Racing Series late model feature. Starting on the pole in car number 5, the Paul Store Fast Racing Engines entry. It's Dick Dunleavy Jr. Alongside Bando Construction, the sponsor, car number 98 from Powell, Ohio. The driver is Mike Rush. Row number 2, your current point leader in car 92, Renner Towing and Byers Chevrolet Body Shop. It's Donnie Renner. Renner in 92, alongside in 21, second in the points. From Miamisburg, Ohio, the Burco Trucking Ford Thunderbird, John Fallow. Starting in the third row, 1 feature win to his credit, the Cantley's Racing Parts Terry's in entry. It's Bill Cantley. Alongside in car number 61 from Mechanicsburg, Ohio, Fast Racing Engines, the sponsor, Mike Ward in 61. Danny Eves starts on the inside of the next row in car number 9. And alongside your fast qualifier for the second week in a row, third in the points coming into tonight's racing action, Lonnie Rush. Next up in the 5th row, car number 1 out of Grove City, Ohio, it's Terry Humphrey. Alongside of Humphrey in car number 7, Bobby Edwards. Jim Cox is next in car number 74. And then comes 04, Gene Harsh. Next up, we've got 77, Danny Brown, and 86, Skip Thornton. Larry Harris starts next in car number 70, and along with car 16, Mike Simpson. Next, it's 51, that's Bobby Fye, and 47, Larry Harris. 63 is John Hellman. 28 is Gary Brenner, car number 12, Denny Dean, and requesting the tail in car number 2, Robbie Dean. Mako Auto refinishing night laps. A good battle for second between Mike Rush and Donnie Ritter. Robbie Dean off the track in car number 2. Yellow flag is Jim Cox with trouble down in the 4th turn. Dunleavy Jr. John Hellman in 63 in the 4th turn. Bobby Jr., Cantley and Mallow, your front four. a close race. John Mallow. Third is Dick Dunleavy Jr. No question about the winner. His fifth victory of 1992, Donnie Renner. Let's hear it, Donnie Renner. A convincing win. Special thanks to Craftsman Tools for their support here tonight. Also, don't forget Mako Auto Painting and Collision Centers and Engine Rebuilder Supply. Renner out there with that Craftsman Tool hat. On the pole in 25, it's Jim Kidd. Alongside in 29, Bob Justice. The second row in car number 9, Jim Cruz. And car 31, that's Dennis Kelly. Row number 3, that's Mike Ward in 0. And Robin Pennington in car number 10. Then comes Mike Rush in 98 and 27, Jerry Buck. Donnie Renner starts in number 2 on the inside of the next row. Alongside of him in 74, Ken Sword. Then comes 70, Joe Hill. 11, Robbie Dean. 17, Sam Heckman. 73, your fast qualifier, Randy Sword. 00 is Dick Kelly. 72, Craig Parker. 12, 0 Hill. 91, Scott Drake. 02, Charlie Osborne. 53 is Russ Bob. 75, Buddy Townsend. And 41, I think I heard that was a substitute driver, Mike Brown, but I'll check on that driver at 41. Kelly pulls to a stop in turn 4. Dennis apparently was some sort of problem on that car. One lap down, 29 remain. Moves to the inside of Bob Justice, but Justice wants to work around the outside of race leader Jim Kidd. Justice with the advantage in 3 and 4. And Bob Justice, the new leader. Second now is Jim Kidd. Third is Jim Cruz. Pennington, fourth. 5th spot in car 70. Again, it's Cruz on the outside of Jim Kidd. Cruz is second in car number 9. Joe Hill off the pace in 70. Pennington third, just past halfway. Cruz working the high groove around your race leader, Bob Justice. In 0. It's a wall apparently now in turn number 1. He's out of that car. He's okay. Quickly to the outside of Donnie Gregory for 4th spot. The leader is still Bob Justice. Dean continues to move. Justice. Jim Cruz a close second. Trying to move up to 4th spot. Meantime, Jim Cruz challenging Justice on the outside. White flag this time. Gregory is up to 4th. Your winner, his second race of 1992, Bob Justice. Second goes to Robbie Dean. Third is Jim Cruz. And 4th, Donnie Gregory. His second feature win of 1992. Bob Justice. Car sponsored by the Ohio Bank Auction, Architect Glass, Terry's Inn, Cantley's Racing Parts, Larry's Trucking, RJ Towing, Remy's Mobile Homes, Fast Racing Engines, CNS Towing, and B. Martin and Son Auto Care. Let's hear it for Bob Justice. Then Danny Brown and Larry Harris, the other Larry Harris in 47, and 16, Mike Simpson. 28 is Gary Brenner, 63, John Hellman, 12 is Denny Dean, 74, Jim Cox, 2 is Robbie Dean, and 14, Gary Townsend. Complete restart. harsh. Now Bobby Edwards moving on the outside of Mike Rush. At 14 with a spin. Up to third place. This time. 17 down, 13 laps remain. Up to fourth place. Ten laps to go. Still Bill Cantley, Gene Harsh, Mike Ward. And now Dick Dunleavy underneath Mike Ward for third spot. A yellow flag. Gary Townsend and Mike Simpson here in the fourth turn. Dunleavy goes to the work on the outside of Mike Ward. It's still Bill Cantley, Gene Harsh, Mike Ward. And now John Vallow underneath Mike Ward for third spot. Ward struggles back on the outside. White flag this time. Vallow is third. Your winner in car 26, his second of the year, Bill Cantley. Finishing second, Gene Harsh. Third goes to John Vallow. Mike Ward comes across fourth, and fifth is Dick Dunleavy Jr. A great race. Let's hear it for Bill Cantley. Speedway office, please. Sherry Townsend, the Speedway office. So Bill Cantley, the winner. The car is sponsored by Cantley's Racing Parts, Terry's Inn, and Pizzeria. Bill's second feature win of 1992. Let's hear it, Bill Cantley, the winner. Again, Craftsman Tools, one of the sponsors to tonight, along with Engine Rebuilder Supply, your engine parts specialist. The lineup, let's see, we've got Herb Pennington and Brian New in the first row. Then comes Bill Wellman and Bubba Parsons. They're followed by Dave Dysinger and Bruce Holmes. Next, it's Fred Hartzell and Steve Tuttle, Bill Huntley and Ron Mangus in the next row. Then comes, who's next? I don't know. 87, that's Randall Borman is next. And 70, Heavy Hill, Butch McAllister and Mike Hamilton. Don Townsend Jr., Tom Idle, Paul Baker Jr., Joe DeFelice. Again, happy birthday Monday, I believe, to Joe DeFelice, his birthday coming up. Next, we've got Dale Brown and your fast qualifier, Donald Parsons III. Then comes Bo Davis and Ken Waller. And also Rick Rodewald in 11. Way out on the outside, 3 and 4 abreast. And let's see, Donald Townsend Jr. hard into the wall down in the first turn. Also Randall Borman down there. Townsend out of that car.
How much of a drag? You're a pretty light flow. A bit of a doorstep on that. I just said it's not much of a drag. You're very light.
Pennington out front in 89. Bubba Parsons is second. Dysinger up to second in car 27. Bubba Parsons third. Brett Hartzell squirrely on the front stretch. Heavy Hill gets the worst of that. Hill back out in 70. Your leaders work around Heavy Hill. Dave Dysinger and Herb Pennington fight for the lead. And your leader now, Dave Dysinger in 27. Dysinger way out front in 27. Now Paul Baker Jr. in 66 up to second spot in the race. Herb Pennington third. Bruce Holmes fourth. Holmes on the outside of Pennington for third spot. Spins down into fourth turn. He's off the track. Dysinger, Dave Dysinger out front. Paul Baker Jr. is second. Bruce Holmes third. Tom Idle with a spin in car 35. Red flag. We're not sure what, we didn't see what precipitated his spin. Flaps down. 13 remain. Dave Dysinger the leader. Paul Baker Jr. looks to the underside of Dysinger down the backstretch. And now Baker, the leader in 66. Paul Baker, Dave Dysinger, Bruce Holmes, and Bubba Parsons, your front four. DeFelice up to 4th spot, right behind Bruce Holmes. And DeFelice underneath Holmes for 3rd spot. To go. Now DeFelice underneath Dysinger for 2nd spot. DeFelice is 2nd. Begins to encounter some lap traffic. Question is, will DeFelice have enough time? Meantime, Donald Parsons right on DeFelice's back bumper. White flag this time for Paul Baker Jr. Down the backstretch, heavy lap traffic. His 6th win of 1992, Paul Baker Jr. Joe DeFelice finishes 2nd, Donald Parsons is 3rd, Dave Dysinger 4th, and Bubba Parsons 5th. Thanks for coming out, folks. A full evening. I think somebody counted up earlier, something like 17 or 18 races. So a full night of racing action here at the Speedway. Your feature winners: Donnie Renner, Bill Cantley, Paul Baker Jr., and I forget who won the Sportsman. But it was a good night anyway. 10th, Herb Pennington. So again, thanks for coming out, folks. The Wing Sprint cars a week from tonight, plus the late models, limited Sportsman, and street stocks. And in 2 weeks, the ARCA Pro 4s will join the action here at the Speedway for a full program. Congratulations to Paul Baker Jr. That car sponsored by Mako Auto Refinish.